Recording in progress.
Yeah, that's so weird. All right. And we are back with what episode is this of the podcast?
I've like 6 maybe. I don't know, something like that.
6. Yeah, I think you might be right. I can look it up though, because I don't. Where's my? We're everywhere now, so I can choose any app. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I started playing Donda. Yeah, it's episode 6. How'd you know that?
Honestly, I don't know. I knew it was like 5 or 6. It was around that. I just guessed.
Sweet. Well, yeah, welcome back to episode 6. I know it's been a while. Ryan has been quite busy with school and another play. I have been just lazy. So I haven't begged him to do any podcasts, but today we finally got back to it. What did you want to talk about?
I was gonna ask you. I thought you had a plan, but
no, because I figured we just step into whatever. Because the last time we did a podcast episode, which is kind of crazy, was Donda just came out.
So that was like August, I think, or like September.
Has it almost been a year? That's crazy. Let me see.
Yeah, because it was like early school year. It was like end of August, I think, if I remember correctly.
Let's see. It was September. Well, it was September when I uploaded the episode, but I don't know. What Donda might have came out at the end of August.
Yeah. What did we talk about Certified Lover Boy too? I think we did, right?
But
so it was like September then, probably.
Okay. Well, yeah, but did we talk? No, you know what? But Donda hadn't been released yet. It was right before it was released.
Wait, you sure? I thought we talked. No, because I thought it was like it just came out. Because we talked about that compared to like Baby Keem's album. And I think
we didn't talk about Baby Keem's album. That's what I thought maybe we talk about because we didn't.
I don't remember, man. It's been like so long.
Let's see. I'm just gonna read the description. Their opinions of Kanye West album Donda and the anticipation for. Oh, okay. So maybe Donda did come out.
Yeah. See, I thought it did because I remember you said you didn't like it as much as like Jesus is King, and I disagreed with that. Because I remember us talking about the album. Yeah.
I might have changed my opinion on that slightly, but I still am not a huge fan of Donda, honestly.
I disagree, but
now
we'll leave that for that episode.
Yeah, go listen to that episode if you haven't heard that debate. It wasn't really like a huge debate or anything like that, but I'm sure I'm almost 100% positive, Ryan, that nobody agrees with me on that, but that's just me. I'm also not a big fan of Life of Pablo, so.
Yeah, that's insane to me too, but
but I'm more of a fan of Life of Pablo than I would say I am of Donda by any means.
I don't think there's any Kanye album that I'm not a huge fan of. Like Jesus is King is all right. I don't love that album, but I do go back to it on occasion. And it's good when I do. I don't know.
Life of Pablo over the years, the first 2 Kanye albums I don't really listen to.
I don't listen to it. I like the College Dropout. Sometimes I listen to that, but his second one, I think it's Late Registration. I don't listen to that a whole lot.
Yeah, you're right because I will listen to College Dropout a little bit, but my favorite is not Late Registration.
Graduation, right?
No, Graduation. Yep.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. I think my favorite is probably Jesus, maybe, but I don't know. I like the Life of Pablo a lot.
Don't get me wrong. I am a big fan of Life of Pablo, just like on a Kanye level, just like rating strict. I think that's what people don't understand is that purely on a Kanye level, I'm saying that I don't like Donda that much, or I don't like, and it's not that I don't even like Life of Pablo. It's just not one that I'm listening to like consistently.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, although Jesus is King had problems because it was also recorded mainly on an iPhone.
I go back and listen to it, and I don't remember it. Like I remember when it first came out, I don't think I noticed the fact that the audio didn't sound that good. But I go back and listen to it, I'm like, wow, this did not sound that good.
No, I knew it sounded bad when I first listened to it, but I thought the beats were really intuitive.
Production was good, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted Donda to be like another version of that.
I mean, I think it had some of those elements. I like Donda more. I think Donda was like a more polished Jesus is King with like better features.
I don't know. Like, I mean, if we're talking like strictly mic quality, sure. But Donda was all over the place, which is also
long.
That's also why, it's long. It's all over the place. And it felt like Life of Pablo. which was also
But I like Life
all
of
over the
Pablo a
place.
lot, so that might be why I like Donda a lot.
I feel like Life of Pablo came at a good time, and it had really good like features, and I mean the production was great too. But I feel like there wasn't a lot of direction on that album.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting technical about it, I guess, but I don't know. I just like it a lot.
Now, if we want to talk about a real album, Pusha T's "It's Almost Dry" is absolutely amazing in my opinion.
I don't know. I gotta re-listen to it. I do go back to some songs. I like "Dreaming of the Past" a lot, and "Call My Bluff," and the other one with Kanye and Kid Cudi. I like.
Rock and Roll. I do not like that song.
You don't like Rock and Roll, really? It's
No.
I don't like it as much as the other two, probably, but I do like it, and I like the one with Jay-Z and Pharrell a lot too.
Yeah, that one's good. And Call My Bluff, I want to say I do like, but I don't quite remember what it is. But you said just so you remember, or which one?
No, I don't. I said "Dreaming of the Past," Rock and
that's a good
Roll,
one.
"Call My Bluff." Yeah, "Dreaming of the Past." Kanye verse is too short though. That's my one draw to it, but or my one negative thing about it. But
it wasn't like crazy, but the production that Kanye put on it was really good.
It was.
Baby Keem, he won Hip Hop Album of the Year, right, or whatever they call it.
No,
now.
he won. No, Baby Keem won Rap Performance of the Year.
I think, you're right.
Family Ties. I don't know who won Hip Hop Album. I think it was Tyler, right?
Oh, Tyler. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he did. They didn't announce it at the Grammys though. They did it before because like none of them were there.
That's crazy. Yeah, I honestly I love Tyler the Creator, but I don't think he should have won.
I think
it should have been Baby Keem.
He wasn't nominated, I don't think.
Oh, I thought he was.
No, it was Donda. It was Donda, Call Me If You Get Lost, The Off Season, Nas's album, and I think Certified Lover Boy maybe, but Drake like withdrew, so it was only those four, I think, that were in contention.
Well, in that case, then yeah, I probably would have given it to Tyler. But like again, like I don't know. I think Tyler. This is gonna be really bad, but I think Tyler won because he didn't really have any competition.
No, I mean I think Donda could have won. I think Donda was the best album there, but
I don't know what you got.
I knew
with
they
Donda,
weren't giving Kanye.
I swear Donda is.
I like Donda a lot. I don't. It's good memories with it too. I like it came out at a good time for me.
That's fair.
I like the songs a lot. It's like what Jesus is King could have been and should have been, in my opinion.
But see, I think the opposite. I think Donda could have taken from Jesus is King more because
I mean, well, Jesus is King is definitely more like gospel influence, and Donda definitely has more of those hip hop and like actual like I don't know what I'm trying to say.
But see,
Kanye elements to it.
So I think the opposite too, though. I actually think that Jesus is King was more experimental, maybe more Kanye influence rather than hip hop. But
maybe
Donda
I don't know,
more like gospel kind of.
There's multiple songs on Donda that I think would be easily the best song on Jesus is King if it were on Jesus is King. If that makes sense.
Yeah, honestly, I think he probably could have just waited to put Donda out a little bit longer.
I mean, he made Donda 2's out now, but no one's listened to that. I mean, it's on Stem Player, so
that's part of the reason. But I also heard it just like wasn't a finished album.
The some of the songs I like, but none of them are like longer than like 2 minutes or like 2.5 minutes. So yeah,
we illegally streamed it.
Other than the one that was originally on Donda 2 and then they put it on Future's new album was like 3 minutes, and I like that song a lot. But
yeah. Well, speaking of Future, his album came out. What is it?
I Never Liked You or something like that.
Yeah, that's probably the most boring album.
No, I disagree. I actually have that probably as my album of the year right now.
That's crazy because
I think I told you that when it came out. I think I said that was my favorite album of the year.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know because I liked Denzel Curry's album a lot. And
I haven't listened to it, but I heard a song recently that was really good. I gotta listen to that one.
Yeah, X-Wing is like really good. That's one of my favorite Denzel Curry songs. I think.
I don't know which one I have. I have liked.
I like Pusha T's too. I just gotta listen to Pusha T's album more.
The production is just so good on Pusha T's album. Like,
it was like all produced like Kanye and Pharrell majority. I think.
I know it's like destined to be good.
Yeah.
Future. I could probably fall asleep listening to it.
I disagree. I think it's his best album in a while, to be honest.
Well, so I'll be honest. I only listened to. I listened to the first like 4 songs. And honestly,
those are pretty good. I mean, Keep It Burning with Kanye is really good. The first song is really
yeah,
good.
that one was
I don't know,
fine.
man. I've always had a thing with Future though, so maybe it's just the Future
Yeah.
stand in me coming out. But I like that album a lot.
Yeah, I think you are a Future stan because like there's no way you can make fun of me for like listening to Hops and NF and stuff like back in the day when you listen to a man that has a song called Puffin' on Zooties.
No, that song's actually like really good though, like unironically. And that's okay. Well, don't even compare that to Hobson first off or NF, and that has nothing to do with it. And I did used to listen to NF, but the more I get older, the more I realize it's kind of like emo, like rap. And I don't know how I feel about that.
I do really like NF. I still like will listen to it. He hasn't really put out anything since his mixtape, which I think
I didn't like that album.
A year or so. It was okay. It wasn't like it was just a mixtape, so it was whatever. But he had some cool songs on there though, like stuff that like no one in his field has ever done before.
There was one I remember I liked and I used to listen to, but I don't remember what it's called. It's been like a year and a half since I listened to that song.
His fan base at least used to be a little bit cringy, but I went to one of his concerts and it was pretty dope.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him live either if I had the opportunity.
He's pretty good live, like not even gonna lie, but yeah, he does kind of like he has some corny one-liners in there and all dark and mysterious. So I get it. Hobson I've just grown out of him.
He's just like I don't even know if he's just like an old man now. I mean, he's not that old, but like he's
older than you think though.
I'm not surprised.
I think he's like late 30s. I mean, which isn't old, but like he's older than I think you would think because he looks pretty young. But no, you're right. He's like really skilled, but he does have some like.
It's like he's one of those rappers that could probably be good if he just had like just decent songwriting. If he just paid someone to ghostwrite him songs, then maybe he could be good.
Well, he disses people that do that, so.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't. It's like I'd rather someone have a ghostwriter than be cornier than corn on the cob. So.
Well, what about Jack Harlow? Because he seemed like he flopped.
I don't know. I don't get it because I remember when his Donda 2 verse came out, it was really good and everyone was like, oh man, Jack Harlow's next up. He's been killing it recently. And then out of nowhere, everyone's like, man, Jack Harlow sucks. I never liked him. He's so corny. He's a white girl rapper. And I'm like, where did this come from? Like, I don't know why people started saying it like months after praising him.
Because hip hop is low key like a fake fan base, in my opinion.
No, it is. I mean, I think because First Class was really big when it came out, and then like that turns like a TikTok song, and then white girls start singing, and they're like, "Oh, this sucks." So then, therefore, that carried over to his album. And his album, I listened to it a couple times. It's good. It's like I said, it was a little disappointing. I had a little bit higher expectations, but it's not bad at all. Like it's pretty good. I don't know why everyone's hating on it. I don't know.
I'll have to listen to it. That one I can't say much about because I haven't listened to it. Oh, I didn't even know that G-Eazy still makes music.
I've not kept up with G-Eazy since that one A$AP Rocky song he did or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even like that song, honestly. The beat was okay, but
I liked it in like 7th grade, but
oh yeah. Oh, Vince Staples released an album.
I liked his album. I don't know. I don't go back to it a whole lot, at least not right now. It's one of those albums that's going to have to resonate with me for a minute before I go back because it's like a concept album.
Right.
But it was good though.
I have to listen to Nigo because I feel like that album.
It was all right. I mean, it's more of a mixtape than anything. I mean, the 2 songs with Tyler are really good. The Pusha T song's good. But other than that, they're kind of forgettable.
I didn't know it, but apparently he like works for Bape too. Like he's a designer.
He's been a designer for a while.
I did not know that.
That's why he is his hand in the game. That's why like he got all these big rappers to do his songs because
I was wondering like he kind of just popped up out of nowhere.
We could talk about like Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't even know the last Marvel movie we saw like that would have taken place last year around this time. I don't know. Has Spider-Man
last year around this time?
Yeah.
No, that was December. We saw that for my birthday, I think.
Well, then it wasn't too far before that. Maybe we were just anticipating Spider-Man, but I don't know what came out before Spider-Man. Eternals.
Eternals was after. Black Widow came out before Spider-Man.
Okay.
I think
that was summertime, but
you're right.
Maybe I'm thinking of the TV shows though, because
Shang-Chi. might have been around that time. That was like that wasn't too long. That wasn't too far behind Spider-Man though.
That's an underrated
a month
movie.
or two. I don't know. I remember when it came out on Disney Plus in like November. I watched it and it was good. It was just kind of forgettable for me. I think all the newer Marvel movies have been forgettable, other than like Spider-Man and like
That's true.
Doctor Strange. Well, actually, Eternals I liked more than most people. I do remember Eternals, and I liked that movie. It was long.
It was just long. That's the only thing.
And it was new. I mean, it's hard setting up a whole new, story, but
that is true. Yeah, and it was kind of a very much out there story because it was like just wild.
It was weird. Yeah.
But then, and by the way, we won't spoil anything. I guess if we do, we'll say something beforehand just so you don't log off of the podcast. But yeah, we just saw Doctor Strange, which I thought it was an okay movie, but I really didn't love it by any means.
I don't know. I didn't love it. I liked it a lot though. I mean, me and Zakor, who's my friend that we saw it with, we've talked about it a decent amount since we saw it, and we both agree that it's a pretty good movie. I mean,
it's worth seeing, like, definitely.
The story is a little like fast paced and like kind of like a lot thrown at you at once, but I don't mind that as long as it's done well, and I think it was done pretty decent. So
it was done, I think, as good as it could have been. I almost feel like because it was directed by Sam Raimi or whatever, who made the first 3 Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire. I almost feel like Disney was like, here's a script, turn this into something or whatever, and he like had a deadline that he had to meet or something like that. It doesn't feel rushed, but it feels like the story. It feels like the movie could have easily been like Batman length, like 3 hours long, and it wasn't.
I just think a lot of people were expecting all these crazy, because like they're spoiled from Spider-Man, so they're like going in like, oh, there's gonna be these crazy cameos, it's gonna change everything. And I mean, it did have some really cool cameos, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's not what everyone was expecting, I don't think.
Yeah, I think they almost hyped it up too much, like, because Spider-Man.
Yeah, when that's how I was actually talking to Zakor about this like yesterday. I think I was like, I don't know how Marvel's gonna be for the next few years, because everyone has been so spoiled. Like, they got Spider-Man, which was a huge deal, and then they got Doctor Strange, and now they got the new Thor, and it's like there's going to be these other movies that are probably going to be like pretty good, but because, they don't have like insane cameos or like, story-changing narratives, that like they're just not going to like them. And that's like what I think Eternals fell victim to, and like Black Widow and Shang-Chi and all those.
That's actually a good point. That's because I partially thought that after Infinity War and Endgame came out, that was going to pretty much be like it for Marvel. Like the rest of it are just kind of be like underrated movies at the least, because everybody's expecting like these big battles, like tons of superheroes and stuff, and then we revert back to like the original formula.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it's kind of crazy because they went from like Infinity War to Endgame, which were huge, and then it kind of lulled down a little bit, and then Spider-Man picked it back up, and then Doctor Strange and the whole multiverse thing people were excited for. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's just going to be hard for people to go back to the normal Marvel movies that have just good plots.
I agree. I think that it's not going to be talked about as much anymore. I think they almost are doing like they're going to fall victim to like what Call of Duty did. Maybe not as quickly, but how Call of Duty had like Black Ops 2. And then like,
I don't want them to like try to make everything as big as those movies were just because they feel like they need to like please the audience or whatever. I think after a while, if they just keep it how it used to be, just good narratives, good heroes, good movies, then people will kind of fall back to that, transition of.
Yeah. I mean, surprisingly, like nobody's hating Doctor Strange. Like I didn't hate it, but like if I had to give it like a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 5 or a 6.
That's too low for me. I think I liked it a lot. I don't know. That's just me though.
It just I like the style of it. Like it was a lot like a horror movie, which I thought was really cool. But the storyline was like all over the place.
It was a lot, but I mean, it was coming into it. I knew it was going to be a lot. It was set up to be a lot. Right. I mean, I like Doctor Strange a lot as a character, and Wanda's cool. I thought America Chavez was a pretty well done character.
She was
for her
okay.
First movie.
Yeah, she was for the first movie. The character was fine, but I didn't like the actress. Like not her personally.
Young, but I think she'll get better with time as she is in more stuff.
I'm not too worried about that. But at the same time, I'm also wondering when is Marvel, like when are people that watch Marvel movies. And it might not be in my lifetime necessarily, but they're to the point now where if you haven't seen any previous Marvel movies, I feel like you couldn't really fully enjoy what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, it is, especially with the whole like multiverse thing, you do kind of need to be caught up. I mean, you don't necessarily have to. You can always like look up videos about like what to get like caught up on.
Right.
But like Doctor Strange, you definitely would have wanted to watch Spider-Man first and watch like some of the what if. I mean, you didn't need to, but they had the whole what if episode on like the evil Doctor Strange, which, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, it's not something that I guess I feel like if you're not caught up with the Marvel movies at this point and go to see a Marvel movie, you really don't care that much anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely more enjoyable if you know and you've seen the other ones that lead up to it, but I wouldn't say you necessarily have to.
Oh, I know. Oh, there is a couple other things. Well, first we can talk about the flip side of that, DC and Batman, because we saw Batman 2, which I thought was an awesome. I thought that was. I
liked Batman a lot. Yeah. No, I would say Batman's a better movie than Doctor Strange, but I like both a lot though. They're not really the same either. It's hard to compare them.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, you can't really compare those. But sorry, my cat is Benny's getting all over the place. But yeah, no, but Batman was like really good, like a lot better than I anticipated.
I knew it was going to be good. The build up for it was pretty big. See, that I think is a movie done well. There's nothing crazy in it that like any crazy cameos that need to like be like, oh, like, gasp moments or whatever. It was a good narrative and it was a new story and it was well acted and well casted. And I mean, I think that's all you really need for a movie, to be honest.
I think they just got lucky, honestly, because they didn't, I don't know, like, I feel like people, I don't know. I went to it thinking it wasn't going to be good at all.
No, I had the opposite expectation, actually. But
well, I'm glad it didn't like bomb your expectation, which is a good thing because I don't know how I would have felt about it, but if I like expected something.
Well, from the start, like the first trailer they released, I was like, this is gonna be sick. Like the whole cinematography looked really cool, and I thought Robert Pattinson's Batman would be exciting. It's something new.
Yeah, they definitely did. Like they did right by it. Like there's.
Well, it's weird because like I think a lot of the younger people really liked it, but I'd be going on like Instagram comments and stuff, and like some of the older people, actually I don't want to generalize older people, but like some people didn't like it. They'll be like, oh, like I was going through a comments on like it was probably like World Star, which is my first problem going through their comments, but everyone was like, oh, this movie was boring, it sucked, it was too long, it wasn't good, Robert Pattinson isn't good, and I'm like, I don't know.
Well, so it was really long. It was like 3 hours, which I can understand. But like honestly, I sat through that movie way easier than I sat through Doctor Strange. Like,
no. Okay, we were in a bad theater for Doctor Strange, so that's probably part of the problem.
Oh, I probably should talk about that, but I'll talk about that in a second. But Batman, yeah. Well, first we got recliner seats at Batman, which made it like 10 times better. I don't know. There was always something going on. It was pretty like action packed though.
It was a good story. Yeah, it had the good build up. It was only his second year as Batman, so it was kind of like that new Batman feel, and it had a good narrative. And yeah, it kept going. It kept the story going along. There really wasn't like any dull moments that lasted too long. At least I don't know why people didn't like it. I mean, I get it. It's like longer, and some people have a short attention span and can't sit and watch a movie for more than like an hour and a half.
Well, old heads definitely do. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's why I think the older people didn't like it that much.
But also, it was kind of corny. Like when you really think about it, like it's pretty corny. I mean, when you really think about any superhero movie too
What's
much.
corny?
Okay.
What?
There's all right. There's a couple of
I still to this day think you use the word corny way too much and don't know what it means.
No. Maybe that's true, but I will tell you why I thought the Batman specifically, like specific reasons why it was corny, and I won't spoil it. I don't think when I say this stuff, but first reason is, and you can see this in the trailer, Robert Pattinson's Batman does like these cheesy one-liners, the stupid like I am vengeance and like what are you?
Well, that's sick. I mean, that's like how it's supposed to be superheroes. Like you're supposed to have that thing.
Yeah, but like
if he said something dumb like I'm Batman, then like sure that's corny. But if you use like the deep voice, like the I'm vengeance, it's cool. Like that's cool.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, but look, I'm not saying it's not cool, but I'm saying that a lot of people could assume that it's not cool.
I mean, well, okay, if you don't think that's cool, then I don't know how you praise The Dark Knight, because Christian Bale said a lot of dumb stuff like that in his movies. So I don't see how that's like not comparable.
but Christian Bale has like, I don't know, he has a different kind of appeal to him. Like I said, it's not that it didn't work for me. Like I literally, I wrote a review for this movie, and I actually liked the cheesy one-liners. But what I'm saying is that I can see why people probably wouldn't like it.
I don't know if that was the draw. I don't really know. I feel like people were just hating on the movie to hate. A lot of people that didn't like it also were a big fan of Ben Affleck's Batman, and I don't get the appeal to his Batman at all.
No, not at all.
I mean, I watched him in Justice League, Batman versus Superman, and the Snyder Cut Justice League, and the only thing he was decent in was the Snyder Cut, and I wouldn't even say he was that good in that, to be honest.
Man, people that said that they like the Snyder Cut, I don't know. That's the thing though, is that people who can sit through the Snyder Cut, which is over 4 hours long,
but can't watch the Batman.
Yeah,
I don't get it. The Snyder Cut was fine. I sat down and watched all of it in one day, and it wasn't bad, but like. That movie was the definition of like way too long for no reason. I mean, I get it was supposed to be long because it's like the director's cut or whatever, but it was really long.
Well, apparently that movie fell a victim to just not having. Oh crap! Looks like we're running out of time. Great. All right, Ryan. Well, I'll wrap up a little bit. We can save some stuff next podcast, which we will be doing. I can't promise a time frame because you never know what's going to happen. But anyways, Batman, the other couple of reasons I'm going to finish is, and you can agree or just disagree, but the whole drug ring that they were doing, the drop heads, I thought that was kind of stupid.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the whole crime family, like the Maroney versus the what's the guy's name? Carmine or whatever. Carmine Falcone. That was a huge thing in the comics. Like if you watch the show Gotham.
Okay.
So that makes sense. I mean, I actually kind of like, because they haven't really done that in a Batman movie before. Had like the Carmine Falcone storyline and stuff like that. This is kind of the first like movie to do it, which I actually liked.
It was a really they did a really good job. These are just a few issues. The only issue I really had was some things that just like took me away from the movie, and it wasn't that big of a drawback, but I just thought like the name for a drug being called Drophead was kind of weird.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think they would call it just like heroin. I think they wanted to do
but you can call it like
harsh.
I mean, I don't know, but the thing about it though is that I went into it expecting that like Batman like was never afraid to like do like really dark stuff. So I just thought they would have been like, it's
no, he's definitely not. But they're trying to keep the movie somewhat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my final reason why I think some people. I mean, at this point, I know that the people who didn't like the movie just have no taste in movies. But the third reason I think is just because the Riddler was weird. But I liked him.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be weird. I mean, that's his thing. He's a weirdo that like never really had any friends and wanted to be noticed. It's just like
it was realistic.
Yeah, it was good. It was like he's a no like the whole, actually I won't say anything, but there's one there's a line, there's like he's a nobody that wants to be somebody. That's like his whole thing.
Well, you can almost like that line, that's a good line because like that literally could be translated to like the Joker movie, which some people might be mad that I'm comparing the two, but like with that, it felt like super realistic.
Yeah, I like that movie a lot, actually. To this day, I still go back and rewatch it on occasion, and I like it.
I'll have to watch it again. I've only seen it once, but it was really good. It was just really like dark too.
It was good how they did it, though. It was,
Yep. Oh, for sure. Well, Ryan, thank you for coming back and doing the podcast with me. We'll definitely have more to talk about. And sorry we have to wrap it up here, but it's probably better that we do because we're not only running out on time, but I'm sure we're losing patience with you all. But thank you all for listening. Keep on listening, keep on reviewing the podcast on different platforms, whatever platform you have. We're available on all platforms now. And Ryan and I will keep trying to make more episodes so you guys can watch it. So
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We might I don't know, we might try something different too, maybe in the future. We'll see what happens. And I remember last podcast I was talking about my extra podcast that I do on the side called Look Who I Found on SoundCloud. If anybody wants to go listen to that, they can. I'm taking a brief break from it, but I think I'm possibly going to start it back up again, maybe. But there's 3 episodes out now. If you guys want to go listen to that, definitely give it a listen as well. Available on all platforms. But anyways, Ryan, is there anything you want to say before we go?
No, just, share the podcast if you like it. Show it to a friend, post it on your story.
Yeah, or send it. I think in the link our podcast website, you can send us a message. But we also have an email, which is radicalculturepodcast@gmail.com. You can send us something there too if you want to. But yep. All right, Ryan. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see ya.
All right, see you, man.